Imagine this scenario. You open your portfolio, and it looks like you just won the lottery. You're on top of the world. You're looking for what color Ferrari you want. And then, boom, 2 weeks later, you look at your portfolio, and you're telling your family pizza night is canceled. That roller coaster ride, it's not really about the market. It's not about your skills. It's about your emotions. And that's the ride I want to talk to you all today about. Now, let me pause for just a second. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. What I'm sharing with you is simply the emotions you may feel while investing in the markets. Now, I've learned the hard way after playing in the markets for over 20 years and spent many of them being a rubbernecker. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck's a rubbernecker? That's when you watch the prices go all the way up and all the way back down without taking profits. And trust me, it can give you a sore neck. But the biggest single lesson I've learned is the market is driven far less by math, folks, and way more by our emotions. You see, the market, it's not just numbers and charts. It's people. It's us. It's you. It's me. And we run on emotions like fear, greed, thrill, panic. So I'm going to share with you 2 rules that I use to help control my emotions when dealing with the markets. But first, let's take a look at this emotional roller coaster ride that many may go through in the market. Now, looking at this roller coaster track, I want you to think of it as the price action of any stock or cryptocurrency. At the beginning, we see the price starting to move up. Not too dramatically, but just enough to catch your attention. At this stage, you may make a small investment. Not much to get excited about, but just enough to get into the game. This is what we call the hope stage. You're like, maybe this isn't such a dumb idea. Then, as the prices continue to rise, now you're feeling optimism. You're like, whoa, okay, this could be real. We're moving up. Made a great investment. Maybe it's pretty good. I'm going to hold. And soon, it starts climbing even higher. Now the belief feeling sets in. Now you're like, holy cow, this is really happening. I got to get fully invested. Time to sell the cat, the dog, the kids, the sofa, anything you can get your hands on so you can get fully invested instead of taking some profits at this point. Now, as the price continues to move even higher up, now you're feeling thrilled. You're like, woohoo, I want to go all in. Now you start borrowing money you don't even have. You're using margin. You don't even know what the heck it really is, but you don't care. You just want to get fully invested. And then finally, the price pumps to an all-time high. You're like, oh boy, now this is where euphoria sets in. And you're feeling like, what can I say? I'm a genius. You're ready to retire. You're calling your boss, hey, I quit. You're thinking what color Lamborghini you want. Again, rather than taking profits. Notice the trend here, folks? Now here's the problem. Up here at the peak, this is where it's the most dangerous. Because if the price is at $10, you're probably going to be hearing that it's going to 20. So what do? You're not going to sell. You're going to end up holding. This is what I call the rubberneck moment, where you've watched your account go all the way up. And if you don't take some profits on the way up, you're probably going to watch it come all the way back down. And here's why. Because the fear that you feel as the price drops into that roller coaster going into a loop, that starts to turn into relief as the price rebounds back up. And you feel like, okay, I'm taking a deep breath. It was a normal pullback. It's happened before. It'll happen again. Been here, done that. No big deal. And so you hold. And then what happens? Price don't go up. Keeps going down. And now you're feeling nervous because you just got a margin call from your broker. You still don't even know what the heck a margin call is. But your broker calls you and says, hey man, time to pay up. And now you have to sell. You're forced to sell, not because you want to, but because you have to. The market made the decision for you at a loss. As the price continues to drop, now you start feeling denial. You're thinking, what happened here? This was a good investment. So you continue to hold on. You're holding on to those remaining assets in the hopes that it's going to recover and you're going to get your money back, or even just to break even. And then the price keeps dropping even more. Now panic settles. Your knees start shaking, panic settles in, and you start asking yourself, why is everybody selling? And now you start thinking, I need to get out too. So you sell again. at a major loss. You even call your boss, but hey, you know, I was just kidding, right? I was April Fool's. As the price continues to fall, anger sets in, and now you start thinking, this game is rigged. What the heck? And you start blaming everybody else around you except yourself. And finally, the last stage, when the price drops lower than you actually entered, now you're in depression mode. This is where you end up selling the rest at a loss. So you started at hope, you made it all the way up to Ferrari time, and now you're all the way back at the bottom. But now you've got an empty bank account and no more pizza nights. That entire cycle, it wasn't math, it wasn't Wall Street, it was your emotions. And when you don't control them, as you just see, they can control you. So, how do you control your emotions? 2 rules. Rule number 1, never, ever, ever try to catch the top. It's so hard to catch the top. If you try, you'll probably end up being a rubbernecker because you're going to watch it go all the way up and nobody knows where the top is, and then it's going to come all the way back down. Rule number 2, any guesses? Have an exit plan before the emotions take over. You think the pros wait until the top to get out? No. They take profits on the way up, like climbing stairs. So you want to build an exit plan with targets ahead of time. For example, maybe like a 40-60 plan, where you sell 40% on the way up and you hold 60% for the long term. I call that schmuck insurance. The point is, you want to make an exit plan while you're calm and not when you're emotional. And you need to stick to your exit plan on the way up. Again, not financial advice, but think about it. If you don't make an exit plan, the market may make one for you, and it might put you in a position to sell at the worst time possible. So remember this, folks. Markets will always go up and down. That's their job. But your job is different. Stay calm, stick to your exit plan, and take profits on the way up, and don't try to catch the top. Because in the markets, the biggest risk, it isn't the price. The risk is your emotions. Learn the game so you can't get played. Thank you.